You're searching for meaning, the kind that makes you wake up in the morning with a spark in your eyes, the kind that explains what all of this is for. Life, pain, encounters, loneliness, fear, love, separation. You walk in circles. You look at the sky, in books, into other people's eyes, and you try to catch even a single clue. Something, anything, to tell you you're on the right path. But here's the truth that's rarely spoken. There is no meaning at the start. You come into this world empty, and then begin to fill yourself with stories. At first, they're not even yours. Parents, school, society. Then, they become your own, your goals, your pain, your dreams. But everything you perceive as life is not fact. It's interpretation, your own version of the game. There's no pre-written script here, no map, no guarantees. You're not a player in someone else's strategy. You are the author of the space you live in, and if meaning isn't given, it must be created. Not asked for, not begged for, not waited for, but carved from within. Like a sculptor who already sees the shape inside the stone. You are that sculptor. You are the one who gives things meaning. You are the meaning. The pain you lived through becomes a symbol. The meeting that changed everything becomes a sign. The mistake that broke you becomes a lesson. But none of that was destined. You chose to see it that way. You decide, is this the end or just the prologue? Is this a tragedy or an awakening? Is this chaos or the birth of new order? Life is empty until you fill it with something, and only you choose what that something is. You've grown used to thinking the world is what you see, that reality is objective. There's the wall, the city, the people, and all of it feels real. But reality isn't outside. It lives inside your perception. Two people can look at the same thing. One sees a miracle, the other a nightmare. One sees freedom, the other a prison. What changed? Only the point of observation. Only you. You can be in the same room, in the same body, with the same past, and see a different world. Simply because something inside you has shifted. That's why some walk through hell and come out glowing, while others give up before they even begin. Same experience, different architect. What are you designing today? Pain or growth, chaos or clarity, end or rebirth? The world is a reflection of the way you look at it. And once you understand that, you're no longer a prisoner of the game. You are its creator. Everything you once believed was inevitable was simply a choice made under the pressure of fear and other people's programs. But now you've awakened. Now you see. You are not a side character in someone else's story. You are the writer. And you've always had a choice. You just used to choose convenience over aliveness. Now you can choose to be fully alive. Your power doesn't lie in your beliefs. It lies in your ability to change them. You're not a tree. You don't have to stay rooted in the past. Any moment you can say, enough, this isn't my path, and begin again. The world won't give you permission. It will call you back. It will try to scare you, shame you, laugh at you, but it is powerless before your real decision. You don't have to follow a script where suffering is the norm. You can step out and rewrite your life, your destiny, your reality. You are the architect. You are the designer. You are not a guest. You are the creator. Most people don't create meaning. They just run from its absence. Overeating, addiction, constant arguing, chasing careers, endless to-do lists. None of that is fulfillment. It's a disguise. A disguise for the inner void they're afraid to feel. Because in silence and in the absence of distractions, a voice appears. And it doesn't always say something pleasant. It says, you don't know why you're alive. That moment is the point of awakening, the scariest and the most sacred. When everything you thought mattered, money, prestige, clothes, likes, success, suddenly collapses. And for the first time, you ask yourself honestly, why do I even live? This question destroys the old program, and only then can you begin to build your own. You are not part of a collective script, you are the scriptwriter. But until you pause and untangle what was imposed on you from what's truly yours, you'll remain an actor in someone else's film, speaking someone else's words, living someone else's meaning. The illusion is thinking meaning can be found outside, in a profession, a person, a title. But meaning cannot be found. It can only be created, and when you begin to create it yourself, silence arises inside, a calm, a strength. Because you no longer depend on the world's approval of your path. You are your own path. You are the architect, and life begins to respond differently. The world isn't an objective stage. It's a backdrop to your internal movie. The moment you change the script, everything transforms. The weather shifts, the route changes, strange synchronicities begin. You think of someone, and they appear. You feel low, and your tech breaks down, plans fall through. It's not magic, it's confirmation. You are the architect. But while you sleep, your world is built from fear and borrowed beliefs. Glitches are clues. They're holes in the code. They're the matrix blinking, trying to show you that you're not just living in the world, you're creating it. But most ignore the glitches. They drown in routine, too afraid to look into the emptiness where real meaning is born. You can live like everyone else, or you can become the one who writes the code, who decides what happens here. But to do that, you need one thing: to wake up and stay awake. Everything you see outside is a mirror of what's within, not just a metaphor. Absolutely literal. It's a game. Each player has their own graphics, their own glitches, their own quests. But it's the same game. The only difference is in perception. Someone who feels like a victim sees enemies. Someone who feels chosen sees signs, synchronicities, flow. The world is a flexible response system. It's not real by itself. It's built in the moment you look at it. Your perception is not just a filter, it's a tool of creation. Change the settings, and the events follow a different path. People vanish, opportunities appear. Money comes from places you never expected because the world doesn't give you what you want. The world gives you not what you want, but who you are. So ask yourself, who are you? Not by your passport, not by your role, but by your state, your vibration, the energy you carry into the morning, because that exact energy is what begins to build your day. You want to see a different world? Don't waste time changing the scenery. Change the point you're looking from, and you'll realize reality has always been made of clay. You just weren't sculpting it with your own hands. You're not alone in this. Millions live inside someone else's blueprint. But you have a choice to start editing. At any moment, you can say, "This is not my script. I'm not playing this role anymore." And when you do, everything will push back. The world will raise its volume. People will judge. Fears will surface. But that means just one thing. You've reached the exit point, and the exit point is never inside your comfort zone. It's not a door waiting to be opened. It's a door you carve out yourself in a wall that looks solid. Your no is a construction tool. Your I don't want to is a compass. Your what if is a blueprint for a new reality. You are not required to play someone else's part. You don't have to continue something that isn't truly yours. You can begin again. Even today. Especially today. Because you are not a spectator. Thank you. Thank you for walking this path with me. Thank you for your presence, your depth, and the silent inner work you're doing right now. If you're hearing these words, it means you're already on the path. The path where you choose the meaning, where you don't wait for permission, you create your own space, where you're not a guest, but the creator. I wish you clarity, power, and silence within, so that you can hear yourself, even in the noise, so that you don't betray yourself, even when fear is loud, and so that one day you can look at your life and say, "I built this. This is mine. I did it." See you in the next video. May your soul be filled with light, awareness, and freedom. Until soon.